So that's where we're supposed to be going, but we can check out other places. It's Sven! Good day, Lady Laura. I see you're looking well as always. Hello there, Sven. How are you doing? I'm fit as a fiddle. Thank you very much. Whether you need a bridge fixed or a wall built, you can leave all your construction needs to old Sven. I'm actually just about to head out to the highway to fix up one of the statues there. I noticed it tilting a bit. If you're going the same way, be careful of the fog. It can come rolling in without warning. Because the fog is back! Days like these are when spirits are most likely to begin their trickery. Huh, that is indeed true. We'll take the utmost of care. We sure will. Legram House 1. It's a house! I hear this is Hasty Stevens' house. Old Lady Daphne. The spirits are still abundant here in Legram even now. We can't see them, but they're always here watching over us. Heh, they seem a bit irate today, however. Perhaps they found themselves a bit unsettled by our new visitors. Or maybe somebody spilled coffee on them at the casino. You never know. Cindy! Lady Laura, you've returned. I'm so happy that you had returned to Legram for our sake. Well, I've returned, that much is true. However, this isn't meant to be a leisurely visit, I'm afraid. I'm going to be pretty busy with my field studies, so keep that in mind. I just can't believe how strict Thor's is. I don't think I could deal with having so little free time. That is why we all thought Saint Estrella would be a much better fit for you. All those months without you here, just so depressing. Every laurelless day saw my pillow stained with tears. I see time hasn't dulled your clinginess, Pat. Oh, how blessed I am to stand in your angelic radiance once again. Wow, talk about a hometown hero. The people of Legram really do like Laura, and this girl even more than most. Meh. I'm sorry about that. You must be Lady Laura's friends from the Academy, I assume. Allow me to welcome you all, but I must warn all you menfolk that your lives are forfeit should anything happen while you're guests in Lady Laura's home. Well, aside from those dubious-sounding threats, she's technically giving us a warm welcome, right? Oh, pay her no mind. Cindy and her friends basically say that to everyone. Freaking people. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Nothing's going on up here. There's some books. I think one of them may even be the Vegastar Guide to Quitting. Little fun fact for you. Do. How you doing? It's a child! Julian. Hey, it's Laura. It's really her, says Carno. We did something pretty awesome while you were gone. Oh? Heh, we formed the Junior Eisenritter. We're here to fight for Saint Sandalot. Cool. Let me in, I'll be the evil villain. That's hardly even role-playing. That's so cute. I assume Laura must be their Saint Sandlot then. Though I gotta say, how can we really be like the Eisenritter when we don't even have any horses? Because a horse is a horse, of course, of course. In case you were not aware. I hiccuped. Riding your goats doesn't work. I mean, we tried that, but they just flung us off. Those poor goats. Listen, you can play however you like, but try not to cause trouble for others. We know, we know. Is there anything we can ride instead of horses? The Junior Eisenritter need noble steeds to ride into battle. Julian thinks the Eisenritter's all about the horses. But I think the coolest part was their awesome fighting skills. Hey Laura, teach us how to win a sword fight sometime. Only if you've decided that you want to make swordsmanship a lifelong pursuit. I'm willing to teach you basic self-defense techniques anytime, though, if that's what you'd like. Yeah, I'm gonna start going to those classes again. I gotta get stronger. I'm sick of being in level 1. The junior Eisenritter's gotta be tough. The toughest there is. First things first, I gotta go find some sticks for our training. Stick style. Not quite the band sticks, but it'll have to do for now. Okay, that's back over here. Anywhere else we can go before we head to the Bracer Guild? There's the station. Legram station. There's no need for us to board the train right now. There's no reason for this! That's garbage! Yeah, let's focus on the task at hand. Let us indeed. Beyond here is the highway, but we need to check in with the guild first. Agreed, let's go see what they've got for us to do. Okay. Ah! How do we, Okay, there's dashing.
Here I go!
I'll handle this. Go!
That goes to turbo mode, but that also does the notebook thing. I think we need to change that, otherwise we can't use turbo mode, and that's just kind of sad. Can we change that? Is there a controller setup deal? I don't think we can. R2, can we put as none? No, you can't. Huh. I think I gotta go out of the game to change that. So we're not gonna worry about it for now. Bracer Guild. Oh, the guild emblem. I must not have noticed it earlier with all the mist. Strange. The branches in the capital were closed due to political pressure, but this one still seems to be active. The Legram branch continues to operate as it always has. That's why I was rather surprised to find out that the capital's branches were no longer active, like Hasty Stephen. Come to think of it... We met a Bracer back when we were in Bereahard for our field study. But I saw no signs of a guild branch there either. It was closed a year ago. Though as I understand it, the pressure to close came from the Duke's household, not the Imperial government. Is that so? Well, bracers are an eyesore to most of those well-to-do types. They don't bow to authority. You can't bribe them with Mira. They're all about protecting civilians. Give them any excuse to lean on the bracers to get them out of the picture. That's exactly what they're gonna do. Millium? That's kind of... Heh. You don't mince words, do you? Choice words coming from an intelligence division operative. Do you think you're not complicit in this? Well, it's less us and more Gramps. He went barging into the branches in the capital himself and started telling them what they could and couldn't do. Wow. That explains the instructor's frosty temperament towards him. Man, Man, you guys sure know how to poke a guy where it hurts, don't you? It's this dude again. Oh. Now there's a familiar face. I'm pleased to see you again, Tobal. Oh, you know each other? Nah, we just ran into each other once a couple months ago. Long time no see, Laura. Sounds like Sarah's keeping your nose to the grindstone, huh? Wait, so... You must be a former associate of our instructor, I take it. Pretty much. It's Bracer Toval. I'm Toval Randoneur, a bracer with the guild here in the Empire. Whoa! You know, you should knock when you bust in on a guy in the bathroom. Good to meet you, ladies and gents of Class 7. Nice. Bracer Guild. Is he the receptionist here? Wait a minute. So it wasn't a coincidence that we ran into you in Bereahard. Bingo. Sarah told me you were going to be there. Nice jacket. She wanted me to keep an eye out for you and step in if you ever got in a real tight spot. But she insisted that I play it casual and not give myself away. Man, that part was a lot harder than I thought it'd be. I had no idea. Thank you so much for all your assistance back then. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to bust Machias out without your help. You may not have directly assisted me, but I suppose you have my thanks nonetheless. Ha! You're welcome. Sarah's repaid that debt in full, though, so don't worry about it. Interesting. I had no idea that you'd already met some of the members of our class. Man of no consequence style. Incidentally, Toval, the guild standing here in Erebonia certainly seems to have shifted over the past 2 years. Heh, no doubt. Basically every branch here in the Empire was shut down after the government started putting pressure on us. Some of us found work in a different field, like Sarah. Others transferred to branches outside the country. But we all agreed to get back together if we can ever resume operations in Erebonia again. Until then, we're just trying to keep a low profile, scraping out a living for ourselves. It sounds like a difficult life. Still, with the guild having to decrease its presence, isn't there more than enough work for the remaining branches? I wish. The Railway Military Police, the RMP, deals with a lot of the stuff we would have handled before. Your little lady's friend in particular keeps herself pretty busy. Oh, you mean Claire? Yep, she sure is a hard worker. Claire style. Although with all the time she spends on work, it's no wonder she doesn't have a boyfriend. Milliam, I'm not sure you should go around sharing the details of people's private lives without their consent. Well, I find enough work to keep the lights on here anyway. I think it just said I got an achievement. What the beep? During a random cutscene. And this branch has the Viscount's approval, so we can display our sign without getting in trouble. Getting in trouble like Jack. Trails in the Couch. Played for over 100 hours. Okay. So that's how it is. Well, it's nice to hear that the Viscount seems pretty supportive of the guild. He seems to find much of himself in the Bracer's way of life. Self-reliance, pride, a focus on helping others. He's long said that if he were free of other responsibilities, he would join the guild and work as a bracer himself. Oh my, that seems very... I hardly think a man who owns territory in the Empire could just up and join the bracers. The Radiant Blade Master himself is a bracer, huh? In terms of strength and standing, he's probably on par with Cassius Bright. I'll bet he'd make S rank right on the spot. You know Cassius Bright? Dun dun. I believe he's currently a brigadier general in the Liberalian army, as well as a bearer of the title Divine Blade. Heh, guess I could expect no less from a member of the Intelligence Division. Anyway, that's how the Viscount ended up asking me to sort out some tasks for your field study. Let me give those to you now. We get field study envelope August. August style. Even though it's December, but still. Field study day 1. Assigned tasks. We got 2 that are required and 1 that's optional. Xseed school training bout. Client Butler Kloss. I wish for Lady Laura and you, her classmates, to engage in a friendly training bout against students of the Xseed school. When you have prepared sufficiently, please make your way to the training hall, which is down the stairs outside the mansion and to the right. Kloss. Ebel Highway Monster. Client Tobal. A monster has been spotted roving the Ebel Highway, and he's a big one. Monster Crocodark. Location Ebel Highway. I request that Class 7 deal with this threat as soon as they possibly can. Toval. And many hands make light work. From Duncan. From Duncan's toy chest. I need someone to replace a lot of orbment lights along the highway. That sounds familiar. If you like putting lights into things, you can find me in Watteau's store. Duncan. Nice. Study area is defined as a 200 Selge radius around Legram. Each student must record his or her activities daily to be remitted to the instructor upon request. Oh, so that's how your field studies go. Generally, yeah. Should we come back tomorrow to pick up our next set of tasks, then? Huh. I didn't even notice that yesterday, though. Oh, well. Yeah, I've got some more work I could use your help with. We're pretty short-handed here, so we've got a real monster of a backlog building up. I'm counting on you to pave the way to Easy Street for me, okay? Huh, will do. Alright then. Let's waste no time getting started. Looks like one of these requests is from the training hall. It seems to be from Kloss. Not Lucas. Got a monster extermination request, too. We'll have to head out onto the highway for that one. It would be nice if we could cover as many of the townspeople's requests as possible, too. Even though there's only one, but, you know, how that goes. This is so cool! It's Tobal, even. It's a bracer guild, do-do-do-do-do. Which is pretty rare since bracer guilds don't really exist much in the Empire. Do-do-do-do. There's a telephone that John probably often calls in on. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Couldn't help but notice that Sarah set you up with a curriculum really similar to the work we bracers do. I guess actual bracer work, like the stuff I've been throwing at you, must come pretty naturally to you at this point. Heh, there's some truth in that for sure. By the way, would you mind if I asked you something? Fire away. I know you gave us a hint back at that bar in Bereahard, but there's also the fact that Instructor Sarah showed up with the perfect timing right when we needed her. Your timing is a little too convenient. Did you come after receiving word from the Provincial Army? Army style. Nope, I actually heard about what was happening a little earlier from a friend of mine. Uh-huh. As soon as the news reached my ears, I shot to my feet and got right in contact with the director here. The athletic director, Steve Peterson. And he was kind enough to give me a ride on his airship back from the capital. Was that your doing? Well, you see... So essentially things worked out for us thanks to his pulling strings behind the scenes. Apparently so. I see that the Bracers live up to their reputation. Guess it makes sense why they're not too popular with certain folk. Folk style, even. Listen, that was just a one-off, alright? I jumped through some serious hoops to make sure everything worked out, you know. I'm sure you did. We've been in his debt all this time without even realizing it. Pretty much. Indeed, I'm glad to know we can count on someone as reliable as him as an ally. Oh, Pat and Lisa. Alright. So, of course, we're gonna do the side quest first. We want to head to Watu's store and speak to Duncan. Duncan's toy chest, as a matter of fact. Duncan's toy chest. 5 floors of cash. You know what I'm talking about? Do, 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 do. Bum bum ba na 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 na. Woohoo! How you doing? Are you Duncan? No, that's Watu. Alright. Settle down, sir. You're being a jerk now. There we go. Welcome, everyone. I hope the day is treating you well. Toval told you about my request, right? That's right. You want us to do something with the road lamps, right? Could we ask you for some further information on how to do that? Of course. It can take quite a while, though. Are you sure you have the time to do it? Yes, I do it later. Accept the request. Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. Issue style. Just explain what it is you'd like us to do and we'll get to it. Alright. Here's how it'll go. I'm going to presume you all know what a road lamp is at this point. Yeah, we don't know what a road lamp is. Talk about denied.
Denied.
And you probably also know that they require regular maintenance in order to function as they should. That's especially true here in Legram, since the moisture from the fog causes their circuits to short more frequently. Because the fog is back! Why does that damn fog keep coming back all the time? That's what I don't understand. It's starting to piss me off a little bit, you know? That's especially true here in Legram. Okay. I put in a request for Toval to inspect them not too long ago, actually. To my surprise, he discovered that almost all of the lamps close to town are in need of some maintenance work. Freaking maintenance! I assume you want us to replace them all in one go, then. That's correct. To be a bit more specific, I'd like you to replace their orbit lights. That does seem like a long, troublesome task. The kind I'd normally pay someone else to do. Well, we can't exactly do that, sir. The road lamps serve as a safety measure for travelers along the highway, though, so this is important. Sounds about as much fun as picking lint out of my belly button. But oh well, nothing we can do about it now. This does seem like something Toval would usually handle himself, though. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Sir Eric? It is. He'd probably laugh at us if a group of promising students weren't able to change a few lights, I'll bet. It really takes me back to our field study in Keldic, though. That's right, we had to do something like this back then. I suppose every town needs working road lamps. Indeed. Can't do nothing without working road lamps. So you're practically pros already, then. Hardly. I've finally managed to block off any memories of our group's first field study. Aw, no fair, you guys. Stop remembering stuff that I wasn't here for. That's what you get for showing up late to the party. Anyway, I assume the road lamps here also need a code to open their maintenance panels. Not quite. The lamps here in Legram use a key for access instead. Oh, we don't have to have a code then. That's nice. Which means you'll be needing this. Maintenance key! Well, at least it should make things simpler that way. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I don't need to remember a code this time. Konami code, even. And here are the replacement orbit lights you'll need as well. 14 of them. That's a lot of lights. That's a lot of gum! A01 to A05. B01 to B09. They're all marked with letters and numbers. That they are. Each one matches up with the road lamp it should be used in. You use the A1 light in the lamp with A1 written on it, and so on. It's not exactly advanced calculus. Or vector calculus, even. So do you need any pointers on how to change them out? No, I remember how to do it from last time, so I think we'll be fine. Well, that seems to be everything we need to know to get started. Hasty Steven style. We'll be on our way then. Good luck. Thanks, General Pepper. Quest Many Hands Make Light Work started. Do 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 do. Event! Do-do-do-do-do. Field study envelope. August, an envelope containing information on all the field study tasks assigned. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. New orbment light 14. A replacement orbment light entrusted to you by Duncan. Glows brightly. Maintenance key. A key entrusted to you by Duncan. It's required to open the service panel on road lamps. Everybody likes road lamps. I hear even that Newfie guy likes them. So while we're doing this, we can also take out the monster. The monster. The monster. The monster. The monster. The monster. You rat bastard from hell. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. So essentially, we want to go out onto the highway and beat the living hell out of Vince McMahon. So that's what we want to do. Woohoo! I opened a door. Bet you didn't know that. Run. Oh, that's how we can still do it. Meh. Turbo mode. Do 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 do. All right.
Right.
Come on, Laura. We're going out to the highway.